I don't particularly enjoy strength training just because I find it quite boring being in a gym. My name is Megan. Welcome back to my channel, Megan Chown Vlogs, where I talk about fitness, travel and dogs. Today I'm going to be filming a video on my strength training story. So it's not really a story, but like my history with strength training. That sounded too dramatic as well. Like how I've gone from being super scrawny to a bit less scrawny. That'll do. So I have done a video similar to this, but based on running, if you want to go back on my channel and watch that. So I will link it below as well. But I just wanted to talk about what I do for strength training now, what I've done in the past, and how I try and like tailor it around being a runner. So I've made some notes. So if I'm looking over there, it's because I've got a notepad that's like balanced on the radiator, and then the camera's like slotted into like a drying rack on the radiator because I'm professional like that. So I started running regularly in 2017, and I used to alternate before work either swimming or doing strength training. So this strength training was at the council gym, and when you sign up you can get sort of like a program of how to use the machines. So I was doing that like 2 or 3 times a week maximum, not with any sort of intention to sort of build muscle, but it was more to help like condition my body alongside the running that I was doing. When we went travelling to Southeast Asia in November 2017, there were some places that we stayed that had gyms, so I did like a little bit of strength workout, but it wasn't really anything consistent, and I wasn't really lifting very heavy weights either, so I'm not sure how much it was doing. And when I got to New Zealand in 2018, I tore my lateral meniscus, so clearly like the strength and conditioning that I was doing didn't really help much with that anyway. And then in 2018 and 2019 I was doing basically just cardio, so basically just running, and I did cycling as cross training, so I'd cycle to and from work, so that was 16 miles a day, and I would also swim as well. So when it was dark, instead of cycling to and from work, I would swim in the morning and then get the bus into work from the swimming pool. Then 2020 happened, which, I mean, we all know what happened in 2020. It was not the year to thrive, if I'm honest. I did put on some weight because like we were at home doing nothing. The only exciting thing in the day was eating. So I joined a program to lose some weight, but also to tone up as well. So this program was recommended to me by a friend, and it is a 75-day program where you've got certain things that you're allowed to eat in the day. You eat 6 times a day, but it's like just not very carb heavy, which, if you know me, I love carbs. And then also 3 workouts that you do a week. So these workouts were a mixture of body weight workouts, cardio, and also some like low weight workouts. I only had low weights at the time, and it was in the middle of everything that was going on and you couldn't buy any weight things. So at the end of those 75 days, I'd lost probably like 6 kilos, something like that, but my body fat percentage was like super low, so you could see my 6-pack because there was nothing covering it. It wasn't necessarily that I was really strong, it's just my body fat percentage was really low. And then in the November of that year, I injured my hip running. So I was running too much basically, and I injured my hip and I couldn't run. So I started doing a bit more strength training because I was like, well, hopefully if I get a bit stronger, that's going to help prevent further injuries. And I found a girl called Lara Rebecca through YouTube. She had a podcast as well, and she was very much into strength training, getting strong that way. So she set up a coaching business, and I was used as one of her guinea pigs, which was fab. And this was the first time that I was doing sort of dedicated strength training where I could get feedback on my form, and I felt like I was progressing with like the weights of things that I was lifting. And then at the end of working with her, because I wanted some like nutrition input as well, where she just did the strength training aspect, I was listening to one of her podcasts, and Millie Cvijekovic, pretty sure I've pronounced that right, it's Serbian, but I tried, Millie, I tried. Lara was interviewing Millie on her podcast, and some of the things that Millie was saying, I was like, ooh, that's really interesting. And she'd been she did chemistry and something to do with nuclear something, but was transitioning to be an online coach. So during this time I'd still had the hip injury. That had finally got better, but then I broke my foot, which is what we love to hear. And I started working with Millie in like September 2021. So this was a structured plan. So I was on a meal plan because I wanted to lose some weight, because at this point I was actually overweight, because I couldn't do any physical activity because I had the broken foot. And also I started on a strength training plan as well with her. So this was 3 times a week. It was mainly full body, and also with her coaching company there's a lot of support as well. So there's seminars, there's group chats, things like that. So from the September 2021 to like Christmas 2021, I'd lost about 10 kilos, but I'd also sort of gained quite a lot of strength, quite a lot of muscle, and I was feeling a lot more confident in the gym as well. I then got the cast taken off my foot in the November, so in the January time I could start running again. Then in the April 2022 I started to do some traveling, which I just love traveling. Soon. My sister's currently in South America, and I'm just seeing her pictures and I'm like, oh my word, I just want to be there. Anyway, started to go traveling. Didn't have as much access to the gym and felt like quite settled in myself, so I was like, I need a coach less sort of thing. So I kind of flew solo for a little bit, especially in America and Canada, where I did have access to gyms, because I had quite a lot of knowledge from having a coach. I was like, I can just fly solo a little bit. So I did that up until like October, November time of 2022, and then I sent Millie a message and was like,
hi, could we please work together again?
Because I just want to lose that last bit of weight, because when you're traveling and like walking quite a long way with your bags and stuff like that, when you've got chub rub, it just makes everything a little more uncomfortable. So I was like, if I can just lose a few more kilos, get rid of the chub rub, then I'll be more comfortable traveling. I also wanted to make sure that I prevented any injuries, and I'm so keen to be able to keep running, so the strength training is really important to hopefully prevent any injuries. And I just wanted to get my body fat percentage down a little bit as well, so you can actually see the progress that I'm making in the gym. So I am currently doing 3 strength workouts a week. They are full body. They take me like from parking my car to getting back in my car if I'm driving to the gym. It's about an hour. So it's not too much out of my day. I don't particularly enjoy strength training just because I find it quite boring being in a gym. But it means that I don't get injured, hopefully. So that was a lot quicker than I thought it was going to be, actually. I'm not sure if it's interesting to anyone, but I feel like I post quite a lot of fitness related things on my Instagram stories, and then sort of like vlog about eating cake and going traveling. So I just thought I'd give some sort of like background to what I do strength training wise. Thank you very much for watching. The videos are a bit all over the place at the moment because I'm back at work. I'm starting my masters again soon. I can't travel yet, but Easter holidays, and then the travel content will be back.